So, good morning. It's day 2 of Rise and Shine with me. Let's head straight on to our hands and knees. You'll need a mat or a towel. If you haven't got anything, that's fine. Just head down onto the carpet. So come down onto all fours, shoulders over hands, hips over knees, knees about hip width apart, and just really gently begin to bring some movement into the spine. Just moving the hips, warming the spine up, just really allowing it to move in all directions. So we're going nice and slowly, nice and mindfully. Just allowing the spine to move and allow the shoulders to soften as well. So the shoulders can come into this, the hips, the pelvis can move, rotate, just allowing the body freedom of movement. And if you find any areas of tightness or tension, just stay there for a moment. Breathe into that area, direct the breath into the area that needs your attention this morning. And there's no right or wrong with this, it's just some warming up, some mobilization, just allowing the body to almost kind of freestyle and just find some space and some movement. And allow the head to come to the party, allow the head to move as well, so the whole body's moving, warming up, finding some mobility this morning. So come to stillness on your hands and your knees. Let's come into our cat-cows, great for warming the spine up. So we inhale, the tailbone tips, our belly drops, and we look forward, push the floor away. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, really use your core. Round the spine, tuck your chin to your chest, look back between your legs. Inhale, tailbone rises up, belly drops, heart shines forward, you look forward as you inhale. Exhale, push the floor away, tuck the tailbone under, round the spine, look back between your legs. Again, inhaling, tailbone tips up, belly drops, heart shines forward, push the floor away and look forward. And one more. Really tuck that tailbone under, feel the stretch in your back, round the spine, chin to chest, look behind you, push the floor away and release. Bring your knees as wide as is comfortable for you. Backside head down towards your heels. Now you can walk your hands forward and just allow yourself to sink down towards the ground, opening up through the hips, stretching into the side body. Your forehead can come down onto the floor or the mat. If that's uncomfortable and not accessible, if you're tight in the shoulders, make a pillow with your hands and try to keep your spine and your back in a nice neutral position. And just breathe. Each time you breathe, allowing the belly to soften, drop down towards the ground, releasing tension. As we stay here breathing, just enjoying this stretch for a few moments, from the fingertips right the way down the back of the arms, the shoulders, into the ribs, the spine, and opening up into the hips. Slowly come up onto all fours, swing your legs round, come down onto your bum, come into the middle of the mat. We're going to head down onto our back. So hands behind thighs, lower yourself down nice and slowly. Come down onto your back, arms out by your sides, knees bent for the moment, feet flat on the floor. Just allow your back to now relax into the floor and just soften. Keep your left leg where it is. Bring your right knee in towards you. Reach your left leg long and just bring some movement into this right knee, this right hip. So you're drawing your thigh down into your belly, just opening up softly, nice soft movements. How does that feel for you this morning? Are you super open in the hips? If you've had a bit of a rough night's sleep, this might feel nice, might feel tight. Just keep working on it, nice and gently. Bring the left knee up and release the right leg long along the mat. And bring some movement into this left leg. It's stretching your right leg out is really tight across the front of your hip flexors. You can always just softly bend your knee and plant your foot flat on the floor. But for an increased stretch to full expression, stretch your right leg long. Welcoming in movement to the left hand side. This leg stays where it is for the moment. Bring the right leg up. And now we move both legs together. So hands on knees or fronts of shins. Bring the knees together over your chest. Push the knees away. Open the knees out to the side. And then draw the knees up towards your shoulders. Now squeeze them together. Push them away. Open them out to the side. Bring knees to shoulders. And again we repeat, so squeeze the knees towards each other, they touch, allow the knees to drop away from you, open them out to the side nice and slowly, draw the knees back towards the shoulders, and then knees over body. So let's go the other way. So from your knees being over your chest or your tummy, knees open to the sides, push the knees away, then squeeze them together. Bring them towards you. Give yourself a squeeze. Open the knees out to the side. So nice and gently, nice and mindfully. So we've got this smooth flowing rowing motion. Almost like we're rowing a boat. We're using our legs just to create lovely great big circles and come to stillness. Squeeze your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins or your knees. Give yourself a squeeze, nice and gently. Knee to nose. If you've got neck problems, leave your head on the floor. Release the feet down to the floor. So let's bring some activation into the front half of our body. So lift your knees off the floor, shins parallel to the floor. Flex the feet back towards your shins. Now hands come on front of the thighs, just below the knee. So you take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, push your knees away. At the same time you squeeze your knees towards you. So your hands are pushing your knees away. Your knees are squeezing towards you. You should feel the muscles in your core begin to shake and activate. And you can make this as easy or as hard as you like. I know it's early, it's only just gone 6:30. And release. Keep the legs raised. Let the arms down by your sides. Keep the knees bent. Breathe. Allow your breathing to return to normal. We'll head into one more round. So hands come onto thighs. Take a nice big inhale. Hands push away. Knees squeeze towards you. Exhale. If you want to lift the head off the floor, you can do. Squeeze your lower back into the floor. push with the hands, really squeeze the knees towards you. Can you feel your core shaking? If it's shaking, that's good. It means you're activating using those muscles. And release the feet down to the floor. Feet hip width apart. Press down through your feet, lift your hips up off the floor and just bump them over to the right. Now bring your knees in towards you, and now you're going to allow your knees to gently fall across to the left hand side. So your hips went right, your knees are going to go left. So gently the knees fall across to the left. You can catch the outside of your left thigh with the palm of your left hand. And we just slowly release them down to the ground. If you're super tight in the shoulders like me, you can release your palm of your right hand to your right ribs so that your arms are dangling in midair, and just stretch. I'm actually holding the outside of my left leg with my left hand just to support it. So if you're super open and have lots of mobility in your spine, your left leg's probably flat on the floor. I'm a little bit sore, a little bit tight this morning, so my legs aren't actually on the floor. I'm supporting them with my left hand. Squeeze the knees in towards you, in towards the chest. You roll into a little ball and then roll over onto your back. So you'll be a bit skew-whiff on your mat or your towel. So plant the feet, adjust your hips, get everything nice back in line, nice and straight before we come into the other side. So press the feet down into the mat, bump your hips over to the left. Now squeeze your knees in towards you and gently allow your knees to fall to the right hand side. You'll see now, I'll catch the outside of my right leg with my right hand. Keep looking up towards the sky if you can. You can release your legs down to the ground if you need to. And again, if the left arm is dangling over here in midair and it's not on the ground, you can just release the palm of the hand to the ribs. It's going to make it more comfortable for you. So keep drawing the knees in towards you. So if you look down, your knees are waist height or just above. Just allow the body to open through the chest, the front of the shoulders, gently, really gently, just twisting the spine, waking everything up. Now as we come back to center, draw your knees in towards you, then roll onto your back, plant your feet, shift yourself into the middle of the mat. So let's stretch out the glutes. So pick up the right foot, cross the outside of the right foot over the left thigh. You can stay here. You can lift your left foot up off the floor. If you lift your feet up off the floor, keep some intention in your feet. So draw your feet back towards your shins. Now that's going to keep your ankles from doing anything funky, and it's going to help protect your knees. So you could reach and interlace the fingers behind your left thigh. If that's causing you to do this and come forwards so your shoulders aren't relaxed, just place your hands on your ankle and your knee. And then your left knee draws in towards you as your right knee just gently opens out to the side. So we're not forcing anything. We're just allowing the stretch to deepen, stretching into the glutes. And you can draw your left knee in towards you. If you want to, you can begin to straighten your left leg, toes reaching back towards your shins, heel kicking up towards the ceiling. Entirely up to you. What feels good for you right now. Don't overstretch. This isn't a competition to see how high you can get your legs or how bendy you are. It's about listening to your body. Draw the knee in, release down to the ground. Let's come into the other side. So plant the right foot. Outside of the left foot comes over the right thigh, right knee. You could stay here again. Grab the ankle and knee. If you're opening the hips, maybe reach behind, interlace the fingers behind the right thigh. Wherever you are, just make sure your shoulders are nice and relaxed and your neck's nice and relaxed. So again, we're drawing our feet back towards our shins, keeping our ankles in line, helping protect our knees. Right knee is squeezing up towards my right shoulder. So I'm deepening the stretch in my left glutes, left hand side of my backside. So tension in the feet, just drawing it in gently. This side might feel tighter, it might feel more open, but just go with it. Don't overstretch. Straighten the right leg if you want to. Keep drawing everything in. Left knee just gently opening out to the side. Keeping that tension in our feet, drawing our feet back towards our shins. Drawing the knee in towards us and release down to the ground. So let's begin to activate the muscles in our back. Lots of groundwork this morning. Early morning yoga. You'll see as we go on through the week, I'm here doing this every morning with you guys. I do lots and lots of really nice stretches on the ground. It's really super early. We don't go into flows or anything like that. It's just a nice gentle warm up just to wake the body up. So feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Have a look down at your legs. Your hips are probably not this wide. You might think they are. In reality, they're not. Your legs are nice and straight. Feet flat on the floor. Shoulders nice and relaxed and you're looking straight up. So find all four corners of your feet. Begin to press down into your feet. And just begin to lift the hips up off the floor. Keep the shoulders relaxed. If you can, keep looking up and just listen to my voice. You don't have to turn your head. The shoulders are relaxed. You're pushing down through your feet. Your hips are rising up off the floor, heading towards the ceiling. You don't have to try and touch the ceiling with the front of your hips. Even just a few inches off the floor is great for activating and switching on those muscles. Imagine you have a balloon between your thighs. Squeeze the balloon. And as soon as you squeeze your thighs towards each other, you'll feel all these muscles in your legs, front of your legs, back sides, your glutes switch on, they turn on, and that's what we want. That is what is going to help us during the day. That's going to hold us in the correct position so we're not slouched over. Keep squeezing up, keep squeezing the thighs towards each other. If you want to bring the hamstrings to the party, gently squeeze your heels towards your glutes. Give them a squeeze, and now everything is fired up. Everything is switched on. Keep squeezing, shoulders relaxed, head and neck still relaxed. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time, begin to lower down to the floor, really slowly. So the last thing to come down is your sacrum, then your tailbone. So heel toe, your feet mat width apart, and just allow the knees to drop in towards each other, arms down by your sides. So feet wide, knees falling in towards each other, and that's just going to really gently stretch and open up through the lower back across the sacrum. Now gently and slowly begin to windscreen wiper your knees. Now you don't need to go very far, so don't feel like you need to windscreen wiper right the way over. This is nice and gentle. So if your movement this morning is really small, that's absolutely fine. If that's what you need, you go with it. If you're feeling more open, you can allow the knees to windscreen wiper slightly more, but we're never feeling any pinching or tension or niggles. So always start really, really slowly and build up from there. Allow the body to adapt. Allow the body to know that you're not going to hurt it, you're going to take care of it, nurture it, and allow it to expand, stretch, and find space. So gently windscreen wipering the knees from side to side. Come to stillness. Heel toe the feet towards each other, knees nice and bent. We're going to roll over onto our right hand side. So roll across and come up onto your hands and knees. We're going to switch on the muscles in the back, and then we're going to do one more stretch, and then I'll see you again tomorrow. But for now, hands and knees, shoulders over hands, hips over knees, bird dogs. These are amazing at warming up the whole body. So when we do these, really see if you can use your core. So bring the weight into your right hand and your left knee. So your left hand reaches straight forward, look straight down and keep length in the back of the neck. Kick your right leg back, kick the heel back. So your right leg is off the floor, left hand is reaching forward and you're balancing on your left knee and your right hand. See if you can keep your hips parallel to the floor. So if you're opening up and doing this with your leg, seeing how high you can get it, just allow it to come parallel so your hips are nice and square. We take a nice big breath in, and as we exhale, we begin to round the spine. Push the floor away, bring your elbow to knee, touch, look back at your knee. Inhale. Reach, look straight down so you're keeping length in the back of the neck. Really push the ground away. Exhale, squeeze everything in. Round the spine, squeeze the core. Inhale, keep pushing the ground away. Lengthen. Exhale, squeeze everything in. Inhale, last one, kick the heel back. Reach the fingertips. Exhale for the last time. Round the spine, touch, and release down to the ground. Good job. Into the other side. The weight comes into the left hand and the right knee. Reach the right hand forward. The left heel kicks back. So your left leg's nice and straight. You're balancing on your left hand and your right knee. Look straight down so you've got length in the back of the neck. Inhale. And as you exhale, draw everything in. Round the spine. Navel to spine. Knee to elbow. Touch. Look back at your knee. Inhale. Reach, lengthen, push the ground away. Exhale, draw everything in, squeeze, use your core. Inhale, keep pushing the ground away. Exhale, squeeze everything in, rounding the spine, looking back at your knee. Inhale, lengthen, reach, hips parallel to the floor. One last time, exhale, draw everything in, touch. Release the hand and the knee down to the ground. Knees nice and wide. Toes come to touch. Release your bum towards your heels. Stay up, so looking towards the front of your mat. Let's stretch out across the shoulders. So the back of the right hand slides across your body, underneath your left arm as you lower yourself down. So you're coming down onto your right shoulder and looking out underneath your left arm. So just stay here breathing. If this is uncomfortable in the hips, you can always inch yourself forward so your bum's slightly higher in the sky. So whatever's comfortable for you this morning. So you're stretching into the left side body, stretching and releasing across the shoulders and the upper back, opening up through the hips. Remember to breathe. Really enjoy this stretch across the back of the shoulders. If you've got a physical job, or even if you spend a lot of time at a desk, this stretch will feel amazing, stretching across the back of the shoulders. Slowly come up, unwind yourself. Reach forward. Back of the left hand slides across the mat in front of you. It's going to head underneath your right arm as your left shoulder comes down to the ground. Right hand reaches forward, and you're looking out under your right arm. Adjust your hip height to wherever is comfortable for you. And just breathe. Enjoy this stretch into the hips. We're opening up into the hips, stretching the spine, lengthening the side body, stretching across the back of the shoulders. Really deep, long, slow breaths, and you'll feel your ribs try to expand and try to stretch, and use your breath to deepen your stretch. Slowly come up, back onto hands and knees. Let's loosen everything off. Begin to allow the body to move. If you feel self-conscious when you're doing this on the floor, close your eyes. No one can see you. And just move. We don't often spend time in poses and postures like this, just really allowing the body freedom of expression, freedom to move. And you'll feel it as you move into and you stretch. You'll feel maybe areas of tension that just need a little bit of work. And you can work into those areas before you head out for the day, whatever you're doing, working, playing, doing stuff around the house. Just move, allow the spine some freedom. The head can move. Just really let go. Don't worry about what you look like. It's how you feel. And the more you put into this practice, the better you're going to feel, and the more your body is going to respond and change and allow you to do things without aching, without getting up, moaning about stiff back, stiff knees. So come to stillness. Reach both legs back. You're coming into plank very, very quickly. Push the ground away. Nice straight line from the top of the head into the heels. Bring your navel in towards your spine so your core is engaged. Begin to walk your hands back towards your feet. Back you go, nice and slowly. Really slowly. Stay nice and low. Generous bend in the knees. Move your feet to hip width apart. Now allow your upper body to rest on your thighs. Use your leg muscles to support your body. Hold opposite elbows. Head hangs heavy. You can bend your knees as much as you like. The more you bend your knees, the less strain it's going to put on your spine. It's going to allow your spine to stretch and release. Slowly walk the hands up the legs, nice and slow, all the way up until you come to standing. Come so you can see what we're doing. Big toes touch, heels about an inch apart. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. As you exhale, press the palm of your hands together and lean across to your left hand side. So you're leaning left, your hips are bumping right. Inhale, back to center. And as you exhale, you lean right. Your hips bump left. Keep your navel drawing in towards your spine. Hold everything in, protect the back. Inhale, back to center. Release the arms down by your sides. Give them a shake. Give your legs a shake. Give your booty a shake. And that's it. We are done. Day 2 over and done with. Hope you enjoyed it. We've got full-length classes tonight at 7 o'clock. You can book those on the Body by Drew Yoga website, or you can hit the book now button on this page. We've got full-length lessons on Thursday and Sunday lessons are about an hour, hour and 15, something like that. There's a gorgeous relaxation at the end of it. We've got music playing along as well, which unfortunately I can't do when we're doing Facebook Live. So thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. And